Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. This was an impulse buy at Legions Con. Wasn't on my list, wasn't in my budget. But is this little custom Dio in a box gun rack from Super Action Stuff really all that super? Or can it transform your Dio and photography? Let's find out. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Over the past year, Articulated Empire has become your trusted online retailer. They carry all the latest lines like Mythic Legions, Valaverse, AWOC, Zesray Studios, and much, much more. They ship your items quickly and securely. You'll be quite happy with how Steve and his team follow through with their care and attention. Articulated Empire also offers free shipping over $75 and no tax except for Illinois residents. So head over to articulatedempire.com today and build your empire. Now, like I said, this was definitely an impulse buy. I had a budget this year, and I set my budget, and I did not go over it. As a matter of fact, I came in a little under my budget, which was fantastic. But I did come across this at Duarte Studios booth, and he sold it to me. I'm thinking pretty much at cost, because I think I paid $24 for this at his booth. I looked it up online. It's sold out on Big Bad Toy Store. But if you go to superactionstuff.com, they still have them in stock for $23.99, and I believe they have free shipping. So I think I might, if this is awesome, I might pick up a couple more of these. They did warn me that I would be loving it and that I would want more than one. But as you can see here, boy, we've got a lot of different configurations. We can make some walls. We can make angled walls. We can make a workbench, some sort of booth. A little small barricade, a deeper weapons rack. I don't know. It says this has steel floor texture, easy pegboard system, customized display. It's modular. It comes with U-clips, buckets, shelves, corner connectors. Comes with a lot. I think there's a little list right there of everything it comes with. I have not opened this up. I have not messed around with it. I don't know what it's like. It is heavy. It's got some heft to it. Let's see here. Let's get these out. The boards are really nice. It's got a very nice sturdy design to it. It's got some metal floor texture, so you could put this down with this side up if you want. Or you could use this as the back for the pegboards. Let's see how many of these we get. We get 8 of these. We've got some connectors here that have pegs on 2 sides. So we're going to see how that works. We get looks like 8 of those. And then here is a little baggie of all kinds of stuff. You get a bunch of little pegs. You get some drawers and shelves, all kinds of little things. So let me shut the camera down and get to building and see what I can make with this. It's 1/12 scale, so I'm sure this is going to work out great for your G.I. Joe, your Marvel Legends, your Valaverse, your Operation Monster Force, what have you. If you're modern 1/6 1/12 scale action figures, have guns, and need weapons racks, this might be the one for you. All right, so I just wanted to show you just how easy this is. You get these little pegs, you get like 40 or 50 of them. You know, you don't have to fill them all up. You can put them in every other one if you want, but you just push them together like that. They stay together pretty well, and then, you know, you peg it in like that. And so that's how you can build, you know, your basic wall with a little bit of platform, and you still got a lot of parts left over, but no more panels. And then here is just the Valaverse. This is the exclusive from Legions Con. I just happen to have it on my desk, so you know, like that's kind of the wall situation that you're looking at. If you were to turn it around the other way, you'd have like a flat. This is like the metal plating for the floor. But yeah, this is just one configuration. I want to try out the the workbench situation. I'm going to try that out as well, and then we'll probably put it back in this configuration to start filling out some of the weapons on the wall. But yeah, let's try a different configuration and see what that looks like. All right, here is like the workbench configuration, and I have to say that I really like it. I guess if I hadn't put the panels on inside out, like with the dots on the outside, the holes on the outside, you could hang these off the sides, but I kind of built it I guess incorrectly. You can put these little shelves in here. Boy, I wish I really do wish we had more of these little compartments, but you can see how that goes. You can kind of kit out your little workbench any way you want, and it's perfectly sized for your G.I. Joe, your Valaverse, your Operation Monster Force, Marvel Legends. Anybody, any 1/12 scale figure can work at this little workbench stand here and work on their weaponry. I think it's pretty dope. So let's try one more configuration. I will say, to like get these angles, you do have to sort of use like these little angular pieces, so you can plug them in here and then here, so you get the little turn. So it's kind of like Lego. You just gotta use a little angular piece. So let's try the angular wall, the little corner. Let's try that and see what that looks like. Okay, here's like an angular wall. It's not really tall enough because of the way you need to use the pieces. But I think if you were to put a couple of these together, then you definitely could make more of an angular corner situation here. But it does show you how to make this particular one right here on the back. You've got some other configurations. I don't think I'm going to make, this, death cubicle, or this little pod here. I think I'm gonna go back to the way it looks here originally, and then show you some of the clips, because the only parts I haven't shown you yet are like the various different little clips that help hold the guns, or the ones that like help hold, like, I don't know, like staffs or swords or whatever. So let's get this back in its original configuration and add all the weaponry and see what it looks like. Well, there you have it. Got it all kitted out with a whole bunch of weapons. I hate to say that took me longer than I expected, not because of this thing here, not because it's finicky or anything. It's just because it took me a long time to try to figure out how I wanted to place things. I brought out an Operation Monster Force Eraser figure that I just happen to have sitting around, and you can hold vertical things like this little axe here, or this longer rifle, or this little shotgun here. And the really cool thing is that the little clips are stretchy. They're sort of like, not stretchy, they're flexible enough to where they can grip onto stuff. You could push stuff in and twist it and get it to stay. I've got some like grenades in this drawer over here. I've stacked up a couple of pistols in this one, used the two trays, the two shelves to hold helmets. I even figured out a way to hold some web gear right there. And man, I think this is absolutely phenomenal. It's modular. You can change it. You can do whatever you want. You can make it your own. And it's under $25. Like, that is a freaking steal. This right here is like instantaneous, like diorama, like photo backdrop. Like, I could see you putting a Batman figure in here and like putting his gear on the wall, like, or an empty mask, or maybe Daredevil, or certainly Punisher would definitely fit. Let me look. I'm looking around my room. Like, what else do I have that I think would work? Maybe Star Wars Black Series in a weird way. Maybe some Troopers. I'm sure that could definitely work. It doesn't really have the Star Wars design aesthetic with the way the slots are on the wall, but I'm sure somebody could make that work. But I'm just saying, for under $25, this is a really nice set, and I'm certainly glad that I picked one up. And I definitely think I'm going to go to superactionstuff.com and buy another one, considering they also have free shipping. So to me, I think this is a total win. And look, this is one impulse buy that I'm certainly glad that I made. You guys let me know in the comments down below. Have you ever picked up one of these? Do you have one? Are you thinking about getting one? I'll put the link down in the description below. I don't get a kickback. We're not sponsored by them, but I just bought this and I love it. And I think it's pretty awesome. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check out our podcast called Across the Toyverse. Comes out every 2 weeks right here on YouTube or wherever fine podcasts are downloaded. And be sure to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector, Mark, and I'll see you in the toy aisles.